Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the F1 22 game for the very first time in a preview build, as I actually got access by EA a little bit earlier in this preview build right here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go and show the Miami track off for the very first time, the first impressions of the track, and of course with the new game as well. Now there will be videos later too about the game, so if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do so. There will be more in-depth videos about how the game handles, all that stuff, all the features that are going to be added for this year's game, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. But for now, let's go and get started with the Miami track as we go through the last and final turn in the Alpine car today. Now, these are not the final car models yet, but it does give you a little bit of an indication of how it looks, with the tires, of course, being pretty high at the moment. Now, here we go then. Into the first turn, we try and brake super late as the curb start almost into second gear, into third, keep the car rolling all the way throughout. But with these cars, it's actually a lot easier to completely lose it, so you gotta be very cautious on the exit, right? So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here at Miami. We go back to 6th gear into 5th, stay close to the inside curb and ride the curb a tiny bit so that we can actually drag us along with the curb right there. A super hard turn here where it's really hard to actually find your braking zone because it's kind of like an off-camber kind of turn and it goes super long. Like, you don't really know when you have to brake for that turn. But I guess with the more practice I do, the better it's going to become for me right there. We brake super late into second gear, then third, and off to one of the slowest sections of the track actually, where if you go too hard into the corner, you're not going to make the next sequence of corners, right? Now, over the curbs, and as you can see, it is a very tough part of the track with... I don't know if there's going to be a huge amount of overtaking opportunities, but a long straight now then, and if you can stay close, then this is where we're going to see a lot of overtakes at the Miami track. Once we get into the braking zone though, we can also see the pit lane entry being on the right hand side as we brake just about in time at around the 100 meter board a little bit before through the last and final turn, and the pit exit or the pit entry is on the right hand side right here. But we are not going to go into the pits, we are going to go and finish the lap, and that is a lap, ladies and gentlemen, of the Miami track as we go into the first turn once again. Now let's head to a 3-lap race, and we'll do a little bit of racing against the AI around the Miami track, and then we're ready to go. Let's go. Now here we are then for the first race on the F1 22 game, and of course around Miami as we preview and give our first impressions of the track itself with a brand new game. Let's go ahead and get started, and let's do 3 laps of pure racing goodness in the Alpine car right here. As we're starting, I believe, in P14, so we need to do a couple of overtakes, and we rev the engine, and we try and go for the best of moves straight away using the ERS as well, I hope, but we have a little bit of wheel spin as Joe just about comes out in front. We are going to have full throttle nailed down now though. As we go up the inside of Joe, we have another car though going for a big move as we touch Schumacher, locking up the tires. We will try and go around the other side though of going to Joe, and we do so. However, on the exit, we need to be on point as we're now going up that gap of Vettel, but Vettel does not lock up the tires. It does seem like it's a little bit easier to lock up the tires so far. But of course, remember, it is a preview build. It is a work in progress. Everything can still change, including about the Miami Grand Prix track as we go over the curbs. And the curbs are not always around this track gonna be lethal. But this time around, we do get upset a little bit. And let's see what we can do when we come back at Guangyu Zhou with Norris very close as well. I guess we're just gonna go and drop it on the inside. Oh no! All right, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Look around. Just don't look. We're up at the P13. Easy peasy lemon squeezy and very clean for sure. Now, this is a part of the track where it's super hard to overtake. You can see that there's not really a lot of space. But with these cars, you're able to follow a lot more easily through this section, right? You can see there's not really a lot of big gaps. As you look behind on the Alpine rear wing to Sebastian Vettel. And we use a little bit of the ERS here to close into Mick Schumacher. All right, as you go up the inside then for the last and final turn, we will see the entry of the pit lane as well. And we'll go into the pit lane in the next lap, I guess, so that we can show the pit lane of the Miami track as well. All right, here we go. Come on. And we brake in time into second gear once again. It does feel like the cars are a little bit harder to turn in, but all through those quick corners, it becomes a little bit easier. Now remember, I'm going to go more in depth about all the features and all the handling and all that stuff in separate videos that are to be coming out later on as well. So if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so, because you do not want to miss those videos. Once they come out, then you'll know everything about the game there is to know, right? Now, closing into Esteban Ocon, our teammate. Let's see if we can close in. Let's see. All right, then. Into third gear. Into fourth. Is there already somebody who has made it very far up the grid? I don't think so. One of the Red Bulls is getting further up. So far, the lap times around Miami are about 1 minute and 30 seconds somewhat. I believe I did a couple of time trial runs as well. And I believe my best lap time was a 1:29 something. But I've already seen a couple of other lap times. They are crazy. Actually crazy. Into second gear for the last and final turn. I guess this is the time for us to go and check out the pit lane of Miami. As we go and get ourselves into the pit lane. Actually, we crossed the line. And there's a little bit of a... Oh my god, I actually haven't even gone into the pits yet. But here we go then. Into the pits we go. And we got to turn in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Late? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Alright, let's get back in the race.
Oh man, come on man. I wasn't that late. Apparently I was. Now, let's go out on track once again and disengage the pit limiter. Of course, we have to turn right in the pit lane exit. Here we go. And let's get ourselves into the last and final lap then of the Miami Grand Prix. Now, we have a little bit of catching up to do. But I reckon we'll be okay here. We're going to be getting P1 still once again. Oh man, this is a very tough corner here. And the next one is super tough, because this one is, like, you can't really judge when you have to turn in and when you have to brake here. So this turn is going to be a turn where, especially in online, it's going to be getting very tough between the drivers. All right, let's just try and do the cleanest of laps from here to finish off the last and final lap of today's Miami Grand Prix preview. But so far, I really like the coloring around this track. It's very vibrant, right? Super vibrant. And actually, so far, it feels like a very flowing track. Yeah, I like it. I just don't want to spin that easily as I've been doing in the last couple of tries. But no, this is definitely the first try. As Verstappen wins the Miami Grand Prix first of all in the very first race we do. We will come home in P20. But of course, that is going to be the win when you look at it from the back, huh? I think so. Alright, through the last and final turn, we brake at the 100 meter board, but that's a little bit too late. Can we get it slowed down in time? Yes, we can. And through the last and final turn, into fourth gear, into fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the Miami Grand Prix, or at least a preview of it. If you want to see more, then make sure you go and get subscribed, because there will be way more content and way more in-depth content, because I always like to talk about a lot of stuff. But today was just about the Miami track, and with the laps that we've just done, we got a pretty good first look the Miami track and F122 with that as well. Now, make sure you go and keep tuned, because of course we're gonna be back with plenty more F122 content and more in-depth stuff as well. So, see you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.